Joe Budden reacts to will.i.am's claims that Black Thought is a trillion times better than Jay-Z. Let's check it out.
To pay any attention to will.i.am saying that, in his opinion, Black Thought is 1,000,000 times better than Jay-Z.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So, according to Larry, have including a diss on Wonder Whether Jay-Z.
Do y'all want to pay any attention to will.i.am saying that, in his opinion, Black Thought is one?
This channel is hilarious to me because this like square with the guy in it, he's not actually watching the clip. He just recorded himself like giving a generic reaction and just puts it in every video. I think that shit's hilarious.
1,000,000 times better than Jay-Z.
We could.
All right, have at it. You skipped the last one. Take this hip-hop one.
Oh, okay, fair enough. First of all, I think it's completely fine to have your own opinions. I have ranked people above Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. It's like the greatest versus best conversations we have with quarterbacks. I think he's the greatest, and it's pretty hard to dispute that. But there are people that technically rap better.
Leaps
and if that's
and
what
bounds better.
Yeah, if that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. Like,
I agree with that.
I think his points that he was making was basically like the subject matter is often the same with Jay-Z, and he can't freestyle as well as Black Thought, so that's why I place him higher. And I'm not mad at that.
I understood his explanation, which was Jay-Z has said everything that he can say. So I keep hearing the same thing rapped differently versus Black Thought, who every time I hear him, I'm liable to hear something I've never heard before from a wordsmith.
Right.
And see, I think that's unfair to Jay.
How so?
My
body of work is bigger.
Yeah, I've been more consistent for a longer period of time.
Okay, look, Ice and Ish are fucking look. I put zero credence to anything Ice and Ish have to say because they're the same guys who are like, oh well, this song will do great on a boat in some fucking weird, on some island. But then also when someone else says that, they'll shit on that take. You know what I mean? So I give zero credence to what either one of those guys say. Whatever. Just what I think.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that.
That doesn't have to be true.
I don't know. There's probably more Black Thought verses that are out on major label releases. They might not be hit records in the way that you're thinking.
I'm just saying in terms of,
it's like 10 Roots records, and then plus his solo catalogs and features and all that. There's a lot of Roots records.
Yeah, like to say that Jay-Z is more consistent is, I don't know. I don't even know if that's true. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't think he has as many albums as the Roots, but I'd have to check. Overall, dude, until Jay-Z can do that 9-minute funk flex freestyle, like, I don't know, dude, it's tough. It's tough to be like, yeah, Jay-Z's better. I understand the Jay-Z's greater and maybe accomplished more. You know what I mean? But at the same time, dude, yeah, someone said something once that like to be good, you know what I mean? You have to have a little bit of familiarity, like in songs or in books, in any kind of writing, right? For it to be good, it has to have some familiarity, but also be like you can't expect the next line to be what's actually said. You know what I mean? Like if you're hearing something and it sounds familiar, so you understand the context of it, right? And you can predict the very next line, it's not that good. You know what I mean? But if the context is laid out and you understand what's being talked about and you think it's going in one direction, and then like it's the misdirection that makes it interesting. You know what I mean? And when Jay-Z does it, he does it very fucking well, dude. Because, like, there's plenty of, like I was listening to some shit today or yesterday. I can't really remember, but it was, like, Yeah. Neck and Wrist Don't Lie. Pusha T and Jay-Z. And that verse is incredible, bro. And I'm not 100% sure Black Thought could do that, but then also there's songs that Black Thought's made with the Roots that I'm not really sure Jay-Z can do that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a lot of Jay-Z verses. Just
It's
verses.
not apples to oranges.
You
is
think
all
that?
Parks is
You
saying.
think that?
And also, let's be real, bro. Black Thought is not scared of anybody, bro. You know what I mean? Like on a Capital Punishment by Big Pun. I'm pretty sure outside of like Fat Joe. Outside of Fat Joe, I'm pretty sure the only feature on this album. Oh, no, yeah. See, okay, so Fat Joe, no Prodigy's on it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Super Lyrical with Black Thought. He's like he's the first feature on the album. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people were afraid to fuck with Big Pun back then because he was just so fucking good.
I'm not going to sit here and say that there's way more Jay-Z verses than there are Black Thought verses. I don't know if that's true.
I don't have the definitive.
Well, don't get
numbers.
stuck there anyway.
Yeah, but I was going to say, but that's a major part. That
Yes.
if I keep playing basketball every single day, you see me play basketball all the time, you're going to know my moves. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I play occasionally, you might not. I might hit you with some shit that you be like, oh damn, I didn't know he had that at the tuck. I just think that the body of work is bigger, so you got less to pull from. But to Parks' point, I think there's nothing wrong with him saying that he thinks Black Thought is a better rapper than Jay-Z. There are people that could put words together just as good, if not better, than Jay-Z. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. That's his opinion. Especially Will I Am might not want to hear the shit. He might not want to hear Reasonable Doubt. True. No matter how well written, that subject matter that Reasonable Doubt gave and presented from the life of a drug dealer in 1995, that might not.
But the word presented is kind of key because I feel like the best part of Reasonable Doubt is the presentation and like the overall package of it. Of course, like there's great songs, the beats are crazy, the bars are insane, but like overall it's special because it's like fully fleshed out, packaged well, you know what I mean? With a nice little bow on it. You know, that's kind of I feel like that's what Jay-Z is like very good at doing. You know what I mean? He's good at making an album and providing like context and lore behind the album. You know what I mean? Like, the Black Album was like his retirement album. You know what I mean? That's kind of the story. Oh, he was going to retire, but then he didn't, you know? And, the music reflects that, you know what I mean? Kingdom Come, oh, he retired and he's back, you know, and the music reflects that. And I feel like he's really good at that, you know what I mean? Providing a story behind the album, you know. And I feel like that's what makes his discography special, you know, in the grand scheme of things, is just how it's packaged, how it's presented to us, because then it's not that we're like told how to receive it, but we are conditioned. We are conditioned in a way every time Jay-Z drops an album, because he'll let us know what it's about. He'll let us know sort of what to expect, you know what I mean? And he'll kind of curb expectations in a lot of ways too, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's what he's best at, is the presentation overall of the albums. Not to say the albums aren't good, because you can present an album to be the best thing in the world and it can be a complete piece of shit, you know what I mean? Because the music's not good, obviously. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. But when an artist comes out and they provide certain context behind things, they add that lore element to the album, then you kind of enter their world. You know what I mean? I feel like the Roots don't necessarily do that. You know what I mean? They're fine with people not ever discovering the Roots. And I'm sure like I've heard Questlove talk about it in interviews, you know what I mean, where they're like, you know, I don't know. They're fine with people finding them on their own and developing an understanding of their music on their own. You know what I mean? That's how it seems when, you know, Questlove talks about, you know, the Roots.
Not be Will.i.am's wheelhouse.
Thought
So
does
it
have
might
more
not,
verses.
you know what I'm saying? Like, just might not be his thing.
You said what?
Thought does have more verses.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with that. I think that's perfectly fine.
But that's also like such a weird take. Oh, Thought does have more verses. Like what the like you kind of have to check. You kind of have to check, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking saying, dude. I'm just saying.
I don't think there's any wrong answer here. Music is subjective. Think whatever you want to think. If I'm lending my brain to this, I think some wacko shit. So while Will.i.am can say whatever he wants, I feel like if you rap like Will.i.am, then and that's not, I'm not trying to be funny. It sounds funny, but I'm not trying to be funny.
Yo, shut up. Yo.
Seriously. Like if there were a conversation about hit records, I'm gonna take Will.i.am's word before Joe Budden.
Sure.
Okay.
He has more experience in crafting what that looks like than me, or being successful in it. I think the people who are lyrical miracle have a little more experience in the boundaries of lyrical miracle. So Will.i.am might not know how much world there is underneath the same topic.
Oh, wait, that's not fair, because before Fergie popped Black Eyed Peas were like an underground rap group. He was on all the fucking lyricist lounge.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, like Joe Budden does bring up a good point. What, you know, basically what I just said, the world building element of, you know, creating an album, and, you know, how Jay-Z seems to work. He's great at that world building aspect of things. You know what I mean? Black Thought can do it too, but I mean, to be real, you do kind of have to like really listen to kind of catch everything that Black Thought says in his verses and in his songs. You know what I mean? It's dense. It's a lot more dense. Whereas, you know, Jay-Z can say something pretty plain, and it can, you know, open your understanding to what he's saying a lot more than, you know, maybe a Black Thought. But
lounge type circuits, whatever's going on the West Coast. Like, he comes from like hip.
I like Black Thought better, bro. That's all I'm saying. I do think Black Thought's a better rapper, but that's also in part due to the fact that, like, Black Thought probably raps more than Jay-Z, like, in everyday life. Well, for sure, because Black Thought and the Roots are the band of one of them late night shows, Jimmy Fallon, I guess. I don't watch that shit, so I don't know. But I know that every fucking night, the Roots are entertaining people, you know, on this show. People are seeing it live on TV, and they're doing it every night on top of being on tour. So, yeah, overall, I feel like Black Thought's a better rapper because he works that muscle out a lot more than Jay-Z does. Not saying, yeah, like, I don't know. I just doubt that at this point in 2025, Jay-Z's sitting around, like, thinking up bars and shit like that. They might come to him, of course, sure, who knows. But Jay-Z's not out, you know, performing and entertaining every night like Black Thought and the Roots are. So, yeah, when it just comes to bars and rap and all that shit, yeah, I feel like Black Thought is, you know, maybe, like, more experienced even, you know what I mean, than Jay-Z. But Jay-Z might be more, well, is more experienced in certain things that Black Thought isn't, you know?
Hip hop. He might not be the most lyrical miracle, but he can speak on it.
Anybody can
He was in
speak
them
on it.
circles.
Anybody can
Pause.
speak on it. Maybe I need to get educated with that side of Will.i.am. I have never heard a verse from him that would make me say, hey, I want to know what he thinks about.
Yeah, no way. No way. But I will say that, like, there's been plenty of times where like there was like a crazy period of time in the 2000s where will.i.am was making some of the craziest shit for people. Like on Game's second album, there's a song called Compton that he produced. On Busta Rhymes' The Big Bang Theory, he produced I Love My Bitch. You know what I mean? He produced on Common's album several times. I Want You. Then he did that song for the Freedom Writers movie. Like he when he produces for like real rappers type shit, the songs always come out like really good, bro. So to invalidate his opinion like is kind of dumb, you know what I mean? And yeah, bro. Yeah.
Black Thought and Jay-Z. And will.i.am was supposed to come here at some point. I don't know what happened to that, but I would have loved to have this conversation with him in person. But again, anybody can think whatever they.
Yeah, he's a rapper though. I'm just saying, don't get the pop Fergie shit confused from what he comes from.
Okay.
He was like a raucous kind of offshoot.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't know that about will.i.am.
Yeah,
I never heard that
before Fergie got.
I heard it, but like, yeah, I never like listened to the Black Eyed Peas other than what was on the fucking radio. I never felt the need to like go back and check out their discography or any shit like that. So
I didn't there. That was.
I definitely don't blame him, but like, dude, even if that's all he made, you know what I mean? Were these super pop records, like that doesn't mean his opinion is invalid. You know what I mean? And for someone who makes those kind of records to pick Black Thought, like he's not just pulling some name out of his ass. Like I'm sure it's at least sort of well thought out. You know what I mean?
They were like, they had preem beats and we're doing like modern De La Soul vibe music.
Oh, get out of here.
Modern like a tribe, all that native tongue shit.
Well, I gotta hear one. Pull up first. Come on.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you're gonna.
Nope, too late. Nope, too late. Too late.
I didn't know that. I never.
Hey, Freeze. We got it.
Yeah, Ice. We knew you didn't fucking know that, dude. We knew. Okay? You only know about the Drake songs that are gonna hit on your way to Jeff. Whatever, bro. Whatever.
From Q-tip to chapstick.
Hey, see how it's sucking at me with that? Yo, I never even heard that side of it.
Pull that file out, son.
Real quick.
Let me hear some of that.
You don't remember this record? This was kind of a. It's not gonna be no lyrical miracle because it's still.
I know this song.
This is pre-Fergie Black Eyed Peas shit.
Oh, I remember this song. I know this song.
Yeah, they had records before they went super duper, whatever the fucking I Got a Feeling pop records.
Well, let's hear it. Yeah, don't try to turn it down.
I told you he's not necessarily.
Let's just hear it, though. Since you put that cake on, let's hear it. This is that. This is lyrical. But this is lyrical. I get that. I can't claim it like I wanted to.
Yeah,
that's lyrical.
It is.
I get it. will.i.am. He went on to mention Munch, right? So I shut the fuck up.
Boom.
I understand that train of thought. Like, I can't name. Nobody raps better than Pharoah Monch.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people that.
Black Thought does, bro. That's the thing. Black Thought does. He raps better than. Dude, he's a 1%er if there's ever been a 1%er, bro. Period, dude.
I could walk in the room and.
Look, guys. If Black Thought wanted to do a solo album, which I'm sure he has, and here's the thing. I've only listened to one Roots album in full. Whatever. But based off that one album, bro, that's all I need to hear, bro. That's all I needed. Like, if there was one album I could listen to for the rest of my life and only that album, that Roots album, Rising Down, would probably be the one I pick, bro. That, or maybe Redman, Muddy Waters, or, fuck. I don't know. Yeah, it would probably be Rising Down. But that's just how I feel right now. Some days it's most def the Ecstatic, you know what I mean, that I would take, which is nowhere on DSPs. You got to be on YouTube to find it. Definitely check that album out if you haven't. But hey, there might be a Jay-Z album that I would pick as the only album I could ever listen to for the rest of my life. And that would probably be Reasonable Doubt. Maybe Black Album, because I do like Black Album a lot. That shit is fucking fire. I used to listen to that shit all the time, dude, when I was younger. Let me see. It's kind of it, bro. American Gangster's pretty good too. American Gangster's fucking crazy, but I wouldn't pick that album to be the only album I listen to. But The Roots Rising Down might be, you know what I mean? Or Hell Hath No Fury.
Say I rap better than the whole world. Black Thought and Pharoah Monch is on that list. I just think Jay-Z is on that list too. The three of them are on that list.
It's just if
for
you're
me,
talking
for different reasons.
Yeah, to different reasons. But
Pharoah
once you
Monch-
get-
And you know, like Questlove and Jay-Z are apparently friends and know each other and all this shit. So I would love to hear Black Thought and Jay-Z on a song together. I'm pretty sure that's never happened. And I hope I didn't expose myself by saying I only listen to one Roots album. I'll listen to more, you know what I mean? And I will say, anytime I've ever like randomly heard a different Roots song, it was like a pleasant surprise, you know, because it was so fucking good, dude. But yeah, man, that's it. What do y'all think, Jay-Z or Black Thought, and why? You know what I mean? Don't flame me in the comments too much. Not that it hurts my feelings. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Flame me. I don't give a fuck, dude. Pause. All that. What do y'all think? Peace.